Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We're super excited to be able to have you back. And the reason why? We're growing like crazy big.
Well, that, and we just like the fact that you're here.
Yeah, I wish I could do an Irish accent. I've been surprised that we've been able to maintain in Ireland. I mean, we're doing awesome in Brazil. We're doing great in Japan,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
Well, was Ireland the one that we were 34 in this week?
Yeah.
There was, okay. I was like, there was a new one that popped up.
Yeah,
like,
totally crazy. I wish I did an Irish accent. I'll do it, but I'll butcher the hell out of it.
Well, same, but the different.
Well, there you go, right? It's just like, what's this Spaniard doing in Ireland? Like, what's going on? We've been doing so well. We are excited, and it's all because of you that we'll be able to continually put this out.
Yeah, and I just had this funny thing that I noticed. As we were recording today, I noticed your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought it was really funny because it says, "Not today, Satan."
Mm-hmm.
And
it's pronounced Satine.
Satine. Oh, see. Well, when I left the faith that you're in, all of my friends called me Satan for so long, and my girlfriend referred to me as Satan. And so, it was this term of endearment of like, Satan is no longer a bad thing. So when you show up on wearing a shirt that says "Not today, Satan," and it just kind of made me chuckle on the
totally
inside.
Yeah. My wife got this for me. It was awesome. I got this for Christmas. It was fantastic.
It's beautiful.
I have to have those shirts. Like, so weird. Even thinking about going back into the workforce and the business world. It's going to be weird. I'm going to have to wear regular clothes.
Like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. It's perfect.
No, and also, guys, remember, we are on Patreon. Patreon, we're asking for you to be able to put in at least just $1. If you can do that, that helps us out tremendously. Continue to be able to produce better content here. We got video going. We want to get even better at that. Being able to build
more
out
people like you.
Exactly. That's what it does. And also, super, super, super important. Above the Patreon, please leave us a review. Like, just a little one.
Yeah.
What's an easy one for them to put on there?
Hey, fuck you guys.
There you go. So if you do that.
Or love the show, or,
You can say you love the show.
Whatever it is, bring it from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, we love you guys. We appreciate the hell out of you. It's been fantastic being able to do this show. And where we're at right now, it couldn't have been done without you guys. So we appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah. And with that, today, we're talking about
Enigma.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, even what does the term Enigma mean?
So it was actually, this strain came from, I was reading on it back in World War II, back in like the 40s, there was a code that was cracked. And basically someone was into crypto analytics and stuff back then. And that's where the strain name of Enigma came from, was from that kind of story through there. But it's actually, the genetics are not fully known. They think it's Blue Dream in the lineage. Some people think it's crossed with Snow Dog, but a lot of people claim that they don't know.
And that kind of makes sense. I mean, for the definition of it, a person or a thing that is mysterious, puzzling, or difficult to understand. I would say this definitely, if you smoke enough of this, you will be puzzled.
So this strain actually is known to cause disorientation with new users, like sounds, distance, time, can feel distorted. So music sounds better. You'll feel like you're in music, like sounds are amazing. Visual, like things can be crazy stimulating, and distance distortion. Like, I remember one of the not first hikes, but I had a really bad injury in my knee and my foot. Ended up doing an 11-mile hike. Wasn't planning on it being 11 miles.
Yeah.
But I smoked the entire hike, and through that hike, I was still newer into cannabis, and there was moments that I felt like my arms were crazy long to where they almost reached the ground, and my legs were really short. So I was running like a weird monkey thing with really long legs, and Felt like my hands were almost dragging on the ground. There's no way in hell that actually was happening. But, that's just that. So
I am so
I
confused.
love your face right now. Distance distortion.
Dude, that definitely, I mean, this is, what I did like about this is that it is a little bit slower onset. So it's not right away, pound, right in the face. You have enough time to get from where you're smoking to where you're about to sit.
Yeah.
And
I felt it right around my eyes at first.
yeah. Well, and I will tell you the distortion thing. So this is funny. So I got into Yellowstone recently.
Mm-hmm.
And
I followed you into that.
And I'll tell you what, 3 episodes disappeared. I had to go back and watch 3 episodes. I had no idea what I had watched. And I know I had watched it, but I just didn't know because it kind of gave me tunnel vision for a little bit while I was laying down, I was getting ready to go down to sleep. And I know I should be looking at blue light before I go to sleep, but I do anyways. And as I was doing it, I was watching the show and I remember hearing it, but I had it was very dark and it was coming to like this. It's like I could barely see. But I watched it, and then the next day I was going to watch an episode. I'm like, what the fuck? How am I on episode 9?
I don't even remember that.
I had to go back. So this is a good, I would say, and this is just my opinion, but I mean, where it talks about insomnia, anxiety, and depression and places where it helps, one of the things thinking about that, especially in depression and anxiety, would be PTSD. This is a great medicinal strain to be able to pull you from whatever may be troubling you. And I have my sister-in-law, it was in a completely different strain, it wasn't this, but she was using a product and she normally feels like she has an elephant on her chest. She has so much anxiety and stress in her life because she's always worried that she's not doing enough, that she's going to be enough. Like, it's the common stressors that we all have.
It's a human experience struggle.
Right. Pull this closer. And the cool thing is that it felt like the elephant was off her, right? She had this elephant she felt in her chest and she was able to take it. And that's where I feel like Enigma is there for. This might even be a really good strain where you have your significant other and you kind of want to work through some shit that maybe you're dealing with. If you do have that type of person that can actually talk to you about that stuff.
Yeah, if it makes you, one of the things is talkative or chatty with it. So maybe if you feel comfortable in a safe space, you will, like you said, open up and have these conversations that you feel maybe are necessary with your partner.
Or you're going to your therapist and you're like, you know what, I'm going to smoke a bowl of this before I go so I can make sure. Now, again, this is a bit of a sleepy strain though.
It can be, yeah.
I don't recommend driving with this one, definitely not.
Yeah, the euphoria in that definitely settles in. It dissolves away any pain in that after the initial time for it to kick in.
Correct.
But yeah, like you said, it helps with PTSD. It also helps with bipolar, anxiety, all of this. So people who are having these mental issues, like many of us do from the human experience, it is something that they can take to help them alleviate some of the struggles that come with it.
Well, it kind of has those barriers because, I mean, typically people who have some type of traumatic event that's happened to them in the past, they'll have difficulty of being able to articulate exactly what they're feeling, what they have problems with. And this being able to kind of let that loose, unblock it, and so you can talk about it openly. This is a really good one. Now, not to always focus on just this, but it's also one of those really great strains to be able to just kind of unwind. I would say the end of the week, this is that one strain that you have. I mean, you could go to sleep on it, but it's definitely I just want to kind of forget about it. I could see soaking in a hot tub with this. And I'm not a hot tub guy. Not in the least. I think it's like a giant dick cappuccino you get in there with the froth. You know what I'm talking about.
So you're stirring it around your wiener,
That's
right?
gross, dude.
Isn't that how you hot tub?
No, dude. It's just you get in a hot tub, you got that foam over there. And it's on the top.
They don't clean it very
well. I'm just saying
That's
this in the
gross.
past, but I've just never got it. I'm just I'm in hot water here. It's like a fucking soup. I'm just sitting
You
in
don't
here
like
with you
Jesse
assholes.
soup?
No, I don't like Jesse soup. No.
It's you want some me flavored water.
I am the equivalent of that. People saying, man, I just love going four-wheeling. That's okay. It's not something I'm like, hell yeah, let's go four-wheeling. It just doesn't get me. But anyways, I digress. This would be, but in this sense though, in a therapeutic sense, this would be really good for say, you need to stretch, you want to stretch, this would be a really good strain where you're not trying to think about everything and you can just focus on what you're doing in front of you.
Yeah. High yoga is actually really nice. If you've never tried it,
No,
it's definitely worth checking out.
I could definitely try that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm lazy and sore all the time, so stretching helps.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
high
and
yoga is great.
I would imagine, and indicas are different when it comes to working out. I could use this at the gym, might not be as productive as I would want to, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel as much pain. So if I have an exacerbated injury, shoulder injury, elbow injury, something like that, something that it's just really nagging, but it's not keeping me from being able to perform. Because sometimes being able to work out while you're injured actually helps out in strengthening the tendons and muscles around that to be able to feel better. Like I will tell you this, ever since I started going back to the gym, my hands don't hurt when I pick up regular things. Like if I picked up a bucket that had like the wire handle,
Yeah.
it would hurt. It would literally hurt my hand. I'm like, what the hell? Now that I've been going back, I'm pressing iron, I'm pulling iron, it doesn't hurt anymore. Like regular things that used to hurt. But even then, like when I got home, I did a leg day. I actually used Enigma to be able to help me feel like I couldn't get up the stairs. It hurt that bad.
Damn, you
Like,
pushed yourself
yeah,
hard.
I pushed myself real hard and I smoked Enigma. I was okay going back up and down stairs. Like that's the cool thing too. Remember that this is attaching, any cannabinoid is attaching to your CB1 and CB2 receptors. And when it's doing that, your CB2 receptors primarily being within your body, this is great for that because I didn't feel sleepy at all. I just felt,
Interesting.
it took care of the pain.
Did sleepiness settle in ever with that strain, or
Depending on the time. Like again, it goes with intent. If I want to go to sleep,
Mhm.
I'm going to go to sleep. I mean, I can go to sleep on jet fuel.
Yeah, I'd feel like there's no strain that's like, hey, you can't smoke this right before bed.
I would say for me, it would be like in distillate of Bubba Kush. Bubba Kush would put me into full-blown panic attack.
I don't have a strain that does that.
No, but I mean, it was depending on the time too.
That I've found yet.
Well, and
there
I mean,
very well might be.
My brother-in-law was talking to my sister about my sister. Yeah, I married my sister. Now, my brother-in-law was talking to my wife, and he was telling her that he got this new strain that's 40% THC. And for me, that's a layperson who really doesn't understand what cannabis can do for you. And it's not all about the percentage.
I'd be curious to see those test results.
Exactly. I thought it was full of shit.
Like it's sprayed with distillate. Like how are they?
Exactly.
I don't know. There are some that
30% is high, dude.
But even then, there's some that have been 36, 38. What's another 2 to 4% at that point? So is it possible? But was it from out of state or was that?
No, it was here in Utah.
40%.
Right.
I feel like that's bullshit.
I'm going to call bullshit too.
Yeah, I want to see that test result because that doesn't sound.
And even if even if it was in California, still I want to see that test result.
Because always, yeah.
It doesn't matter where in California. Like I feel that California has got a bad rap both ways. I mean, you can get really good weed and you can get really shit stuff too. Like a lot of the distillate. You can get great flower from California. Great flower.
Oh yeah, we can attest to that.
Amazing flower. But if you're gonna, the distillates are hit or miss. You got to find a brand that you really like and stick with it because there's just so many of them out there.
Yeah, there are tons, and there's always a ton more coming out.
Oh yeah,
and there's a ton of them falling away. Not a lot of cannabis companies stick around for a long time.
No, it's really sad, but understandably so because people tend to not look at one of those as a brand that they want to follow. Yeah. Right? It's just whatever's on sale. So when thinking about Enigma, I just didn't. I saw that there was some great pain potential, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
But more than that one was the PTSD thing. Like you could really work through some shit. And I mean, I got a good friend. He was saying like, dude, I just had like, a 10 milligram gummy and I'm going to go see my therapist. It's the only thing that allows me to be able to open up and talk. This would be one of those strains that's
cool.
You get there, maybe smoke like a small joint out in the parking lot real quick. Like anybody's going to give you shit. Like
Right.
now, I saw a guy going to the gym. He was smoking a joint, sitting on the ground, tying his shoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's perfectly normal. It smelled good. I was like,
Oh yeah,
I almost wanted to ask him, what are you smoking on?
when I went snowboarding the other day and I got down to the bottom, I was walking around the lodge and there was a dude out there puffing on a pen. I was like, you've got the right idea. I just didn't want to light up a joint. And he just starts laughing and I walk off. It's like, yeah, everyone and their dog. It's a lot more normalized.
Yeah. No, I mean, so we kind of skipped over this. What's the lineage on this?
No, so this is the one that I said. It came from, they think, Blue Dream and potentially
Oh,
Snow
yeah, that's
Dog.
right. You did bring it up.
Yeah.
But potentially, it's still kind of a mystery.
Yeah, they don't know the full lineage of it. I love the smell on this one. Like really citrusy, but like pungent, skunky in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a really appealing scent.
Yeah, all around, this is really good. Like but it's for a specific use. For me, it's a specific use, right? I mean, yeah, you could use it for pain, which I have, but not as strong as some others. But this one is really good for allowing your mind to just feel at ease.
Yeah. I actually have a review that came from this one, and they were saying they suffer from overall pain, severe anxiety, and insomnia. So they've tried tons of strains and experienced many disappointments. And Enigma left them feeling so incredibly good. Started as an energetic happy that slowly wound down to a ready for bed sensation that gave me one of the best night's sleep I've had in months. No cotton mouth, almost zero head high, and an overall sense of happiness are the reasons this is now one of my favorite strains.
Yeah, I would agree. That's such a great way of describing it. And it can definitely hit you in the happy. But again, it goes into the intent. What am I using this for? And, it's one of the things I've been doing in my little, what are they called? The Zip Fizz tubes that I use, right? I'll write the strain, and then I'll write the name of the strain, type of strain, right? So
What
Indica.
you use it for.
And then write there like sleepy, happy, euphoric,
nice.
right? And it makes it so I can look at it and I do this because my wife will ask me, she's just like, I'm feeling these things.
And you just look at it and go, oh, these.
Yeah, I can just look at the side going, cool. So I want to create some cool, like, I would like to create it like where I could slide something in, like it's like a plastic sleeve, and I can just write on there, have like a form filled out and slide it in going, okay, that's what it is. Like for me, that's really, and again, it's the intent, it's the use. I guarantee if you smoked enough of this, you'd smoke yourself stupid. This is a couch lock one for sure. If you smoke enough.
It's the one that talks about distortion and all this other stuff. I think this is one that can really elevate you to crazy highs.
Yeah, I think about apple fritters. If I smoked too much of apple fritters, I'd be couch locked. But this one, more so of being trapped in my own thoughts. I would feel it because I wouldn't be as sleepy. I mean, again, if I want to go to sleep, I'm going to go to sleep.
Well, it's not crazy high percentage of THC. It's like 15 to 24.
But it's the entourage.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
terps.
It has a good amount. It has like, geez, let's get my face there. There we go. So linalool, bisabolol, and caryophyllene. So it has a few in there, not as many as some of the other strains we've had recently. But once again, this also has CBG, CBC, CBD, CBN, THCV. It's a very high cannabinoid profile on this strain.
And that would explain the feeling that you get right away.
Yeah.
It's not, again, it's definitely not let's hang out with friends type of strain. I mean, maybe if it's a small group of people, maybe
Depends
just
on your friend.
Yeah, it really would depend on your friend. If you're going to have like a deep conversation about archaeology or somebody touched you when you were young, whatever it is.
Damn, way total two different tangents.
Big difference,
there,
right?
Like
Egypt.
Both fucking deep and
show me on the doll where he touched you, right? But I mean, and not to be offensive on that, but definitely you can go either way with this. You can talk about traumatic things, or you can talk about really deep things. But it wouldn't be like, bro, you want to get online and play some No Man's Sky? Actually, yes, you could.
Maybe that one's not as focused. Yeah,
but if we were playing like Ghost Recon or something like that,
oh, I'd be dead all the time.
No, I'd be like, I wouldn't even care.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
oh fuck, died again.
Fall asleep with the controller in your hand.
What do you think this thing's made of?
My wife actually found me like that a couple times. Like,
Phone asleep on your face.
When we were first married. Like when I had a PS2.
Yeah.
It was funny, dude. Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Those days
Oh,
are
shit.
long gone.
All right. Well,
hey guys, thank you so much for being in. Tune in next week. We're going to be able to go over a new strain, maybe a 101, maybe an interview. You don't know.
yeah.
Tune
a lot
in.
of new exciting things coming your way.
Oh, lots of it.
Catch y'all next week.
Take care.